Name a band that could have been bigger in a completely different era than their own. The first one that comes to my mind is Faith No More. Now, Faith No More is an incredibly influential and well-respected band, but I've always felt like they were just a bit too heavy for late 80s and early 90s alt-rock radio, but a little too weird and experimental for the general heavy metal fan of that time as well. Now, I do think most of the late 90s scene was significantly influenced by this band, so who really knows what the scene would have looked like without them laying the groundwork. But assuming things just played out the way they did, I think Faith No More would have done incredibly well on a slightly more mainstream level, alongside bands like System of a Down and some of the other more alternative metal acts of the late 90s and early 2000s. To put it simply, I just think the scene as a whole wasn't ready for a band like Faith No More in 1989. And that's saying a lot because their albums The Real Thing and Angel Dust were incredibly successful, but I think they could have been even more so had they been released just a decade or so later.